Welcome to Flipping Debate. So we're going to do something a little bit different here than we usually do in class, and we're going to flip our classroom. And what that means is that the instruction happens at home, like what you're doing right now, you're listening to the video, and then the work happens at school. So it's a regular class, it's just flipped. And we're going to do that because this way you'll get to use your class time focused on the work of debate and getting help along the way. So what should you do while you're watching the video? You should take notes. You can pause it or review it at any time to help you understand. And then I'd like you to write down 3 questions that you have so I can clear up any misunderstanding during class time. And then for the videos about Easybib, go ahead and try setting up your assignment and have it ready to go. And then when you come to class, I can see how you're doing on it. So if you don't already have paper out and ready to take notes, then go ahead and get that before you move on. First of all, I want to go over the steps for the debate research. These are the steps that I'm going to take you through on the video so you can see how to do it. So first of all, you'll need to set up an Easybib project. Second, you're going to use reliable sources to find information on your topic. Third, you need to read your source, and I don't want you to just skim it, I want you to read it. And then you'll need to take notes using the Easybib notebook, and don't forget to paraphrase and analyze. And then you're going to organize your notes, and that's going to help you create your brief, which will then help you write your speech for debate. Okay, here we are at the Moodle homepage, which is where you want to start to set up your Easybib account. I'm going to go ahead and click on Easybib, and then you'll need to click on Easybib again, and it's going to log you in automatically, even from home. Go ahead and say that you want a new project, and type in the title of your debate topic for your project game. I'm going to do Armed Teachers. Then I can scroll down and I can see here that's the last one I added is Armed Teachers. So now I'm going to be ready to find some topics or find some research on my topics and add them to my bibliography. I'm going to go back to the Moodle homepage, and one of the things I want to show you is this facts on file. This is one we haven't used much in the past, but it's a good one because it has a section on issues and controversies. So first of all, while I hover over this, I'm going to be able to see, because I'm at home, the username and password, which I'm going to need to get into it. Okay, well, it just let me in, so I didn't need it this time around. That's because I logged in earlier. I'm going to go ahead and choose Issues and Controversies, and then up here in the keyword search, I'm just going to type in my topic. So it pulls up a list of, first of all, you can see featured articles, but if I look at the dates on them, some of them are kind of old. So not all of these are going to be very good. Plus, as I kind of just scan the list of topics, a lot of them don't sound like they have anything to do with Armed Teachers. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Breaking News, and I find that there's 80 articles here, and these ones you can see by the date are much more recent. And when I look at some of the topics here, South Dakota allows armed teachers, hundreds of Texas, Ohio teachers flock to gun training, Utah teachers get free gun training in response to Newtown shooting. I can see that these are articles that really are related to the topic that I want to research. So I'm going to click on the first one and then go ahead and read it and see if it's helpful to me. Okay, so let's say that I've read this article. Now what I want to do is add it to my Easybib. So first of all, I'm going to go back here to my Easybib and click on the bibliography. And you might notice that Easybib has changed a little bit here. So this is not really a website. I got it from a database. So what kind of database am I citing? So it actually gives me some choices here, like ProQuest, but this one's called Facts on File, so it's not any of those. I'm going to go ahead and click on Other. And I'm going to go to Manual Entry here. And it's going to pull up the information for me that I need. So here's my South Dakota. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this check out the author's name here. David Beasley and David Bailey. Type those in. And I'm going to add another contributor here. And the database I got from was Facts on File, and it was from the, actually, I think it might be the other way around. I think this was called Issues and Controversies. Actually, see, it found it for me. So then I know that's exactly the database that I was looking for. I'm going to look for the date, which was 3/8/2013. And the day I found it was, oops, didn't get my 2013 there. The day I found it was today. And then I can go ahead and create my citation. So it's really important that if you found something from a database, that you cite it using a database. Okay. I think that there were quite a few of you who missed that on the argumentative essay. So you need to make sure that you are using that part there. So once you have several different articles that you want, then we can move to the notebook feature. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Okay, so if I want to go into the notebook, which is where I'm going to take notes, I come back to my page where I have all my projects, and I'm going to actually go to this project right here, and I'm going to pick on notebook. Okay, and I already have some notes already added to this. I'm going to add some more along the way. So what I do here is I'm actually going to just look at my article first of all, okay, and once I've read it and I found maybe a quote or something that I think is important, that I think will be helpful to me, then I want to add it to my notes. So I found this quote actually here that says, and my topic is armed teachers, and I'm going to be on the arguing the side that says that teachers should not be armed. Okay, and I have to have some different claims that I want to support, and one claim that I'm going to make is that teachers are not going to be trained well enough to be able to handle a gun in the case of an emergency. So here's a quote that I think will help to support that idea. Suggesting that by providing teachers, principals, custodians, or other school staff with 8, 16, 40, or even 60 hours of firearms training on firing, handling, and holstering a gun somehow makes a non-law enforcement officer suddenly qualified to provide public safety services is an insult to our highly trained police professionals and a high risk to the safety of students, teachers, and other school staff. So I'm just going to go ahead actually and highlight that because I'm going to copy it. So I'm just going to Control C here. And I'm going to go into my Easybib where my notes are, and I want to pick a new note up here at the top. And I need to pick a title that somehow talks about the kind of topic, you know, that this note is. So I want to put something in here about training, I guess. Then I can go ahead and pick the sources that I've already added to my Easybib. So this one is actually from this first one here, the National School Safety and Security Services website. I go down to this one, so I put in, I'm going to do a Control V and put in my exact quote. Now this step is really important. I need to paraphrase it. It's important for me to do that, to put it in my own words, because later when I make it part of my speech, I might need to be putting it in my own words. This one here actually is a quote by a specific person, so I might want to keep it that way. So it's really important that I have it both ways here. So first of all, I need to kind of go back through and paraphrase. So I need to decide, what does this say in my own words? I'm going to put here that 60 hours of training a teacher would not equal the training that a police officer has might lead to safety risks to students and staff members. Okay, so I paraphrased it, I put it into my own words. Now I need to comment on it. What I want to put here is my analysis. Why is this quote important? What does this quote help show? How am I going to be able to use this to prove my point? So I think I want to say something in here about how depending on teachers to be the people who provide safety is going to be kind of risky, I think is what that shows. Okay, so I'm going to type something up about that. Okay, then it asked me for an identifier, and the identifier is, where in the article did I find it? So I can do like a paragraph number or a page number if it's a book. So I'm going to go ahead and just count how many paragraphs down this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the 7th paragraph. All right, and there's some other things down here under organize that I can do. Groups, you'll see we can make groups once we have more things to organize with, or I can make it a color if I want. So I can just pick a color that I want this to be and go ahead and save the note. And it's just gonna lay it on top of any other notes that I have. I can just set it here for now until I have more that I want to organize. Once I have a number of notes, I can kind of start working on putting them in my organization to how they're going to be in my brief. So I've set up my brief over here on the side where I can create a kind of outline, and I'm following the brief outline that's in the pre-AP handbook. And I've got stock issue 1 and 2 here, even though you as speakers no person's going to have 1 and 2. You might have 2 and 4, or you might have 1 and 3. I'm going to work on stock issue 2 right now, which is arming teachers is not practical. So I need a claim that supports that. So right under here, I'm going to put in here, I have a new item, but I can go ahead and I can change the wording on that. I'm going to put in my claim, and I'm actually going to just type in claim 1. Okay, and so I want to put something in there about teachers not being trained. That's going to work with my evidence that I just got. Okay, so I'm going to say that it's not practical, of course, because teachers are trained to educate children, not to protect them with deadly weapons. Okay, so I've got my claim in there now. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take my training of teachers evidence here. I'm going to slide it right underneath this claim 1, which I think it's supporting here. And you can see here, I can just go ahead and build my brief over here on the side and set up my outline the way I want. So if I was ready to add a new claim here, so I need 3 claims for the stock issue, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just touch on the one that says stock issue, and I'm going to put a new bullet. Okay, and then I can start typing in claim 2. I'll just double click on that, and then I would have to fill that in with something. If I wanted to move something, I could. If I wanted to slide that in farther, I just tell it to come in that way, or if I want to press it out, I can just kind of basically line it up wherever I want it to be. At this point, you should just continue researching and gathering more information and collecting notes until you have the right number of evidence for all of your claims and your stock issues that you need. And overall, you should have about 10 sources. So that's it. Make sure you've got your notes and ready to talk about it in class tomorrow.